Have you ever found yourself wide awake at, say, 2 in the morning? The whole house is dark, it's completely silent, and you're just there. You're not scrolling on your phone, you're not watching TV, you're just sitting in the quiet. Now, most people would probably label that as insomnia or stress, but what if it's something else entirely?
What if staying up late in that perfect silence isn't some kind of bad habit, but actually a deep, hidden psychological need? Well, today we're going to decode the fascinating psychology of why some people really thrive in the dead of night. Turns out, this habit might be a sign of intense cognitive depth, not just a broken sleep schedule.
So what is really going on inside your head when the rest of the world is fast asleep? Well, for those of us with a highly active mind, the gears they rarely stop turning. Your brain is practically built for continuous processing, and it's analyzing the day's events long after you've clocked out. You try to rest, but your thoughts just keep on racing.
Now, it's so easy to just label this constant mental churn as anxiety. That's the common diagnosis, right? But psychology offers a much more empowering way to look at it. It suggests this isn't some flaw that you need to fix, but a really powerful trait, a sign of what's known as cognitive depth.
Okay, so what exactly is cognitive depth? Well, it's the state of having a brain that physically, genuinely struggles to switch off because it is wired for continuous, deep processing. It's not about you trying to stay awake. It's about a mind that's basically running on a different kind of operating system, one that is always, always on. So that brings up a really fascinating question. If your mind is always on, why does it crave the deep silence of the night? Why not just distract it with a movie or some music? Well, the answer lies in the huge difference between the day and the night.
I mean, just think about your typical day. It's a constant storm of noise, social demands, and sensory input. But the night? Oh, that's a complete shift. It gives you uninterrupted silence, zero expectations from anyone, in the absolute perfect environment for deep, unfiltered reflection. It's a necessary reset from all the chaos.
You know, this unique state actually has a name. It's called cognitive quiet. And for a deep-thinking brain, it's not just a preference, it's a vital necessity. It's that rare, precious silence, totally free from distractions, that keeps your mind from hitting a complete processing overload.
And this is where the real magic happens. In this state of cognitive quiet, your brain isn't just taking a break. No, it's shifting into its most powerful processing mode. This is the space where those profound insights suddenly pop into your head, where creative solutions are born, and where you can finally connect all the dots without being interrupted.
And look, this isn't about isolating yourself from the world. Not at all. It's about finding the best possible conditions for your mind to do its best work. As one source puts it so well, silence is the only environment where your brain becomes its sharpest version. So it's not passive, it's an active tool for sharpening your thoughts.
But it's not just about logical processing and problem solving. There's also a really powerful emotional component to this nightly ritual. It's about unpacking all the feelings, all the interactions, and all the emotional data you've soaked up throughout the day.
Think of the night's silence as a crucial buffer. If you're someone who is highly attuned to other people, your nervous system can get totally exhausted by the end of the day. This solitude gives it a chance to finally calm down, creating a safe space for your mind to process all of that heavy cognitive and emotional data.
And that leads us to the final and maybe the most powerful reason behind this habit, that incredible sense of freedom that only the late-night hours can provide. This is your time of complete and total autonomy.
Just look at what this really means. At night, the world's demands they fade away. There are no social rules you have to follow, no texts that need an immediate reply, and zero pressure to perform or be someone you're not. In these quiet hours, you are simply allowed to exist fully and authentically. So let's bring it all together. There are 4 key drivers behind this need for silence. First, your overactive mind needs that time to process everything. Second, your deep-thinking brain craves that state of cognitive quiet. Third, your empathetic soul needs a chance to hit the reset button. And fourth, your independent spirit thrives on that feeling of total autonomy.
So, the next time someone tells you to just go to bed earlier or gives you a hard time about your sleep schedule, I want you to remember the psychology we've just talked about today.
You are not broken, you are not lazy, and you are definitely not weird for cherishing that quiet, dark time all to yourself.
Instead of seeing it as a flaw, I want you to see it for what it truly is. Your late-night silence?
It's simply the price of admission for having a mind that processes the world on a much, much deeper frequency. It's the essential time your brain needs to organize its own brilliance.
So don't think of it as lost sleep. Think of it as productive solitude. My question for you is, what brilliance will your mind organize tonight?